All right, so I just came from my test server and I recorded and I put down every single silo, bunker silo, compost bunker, covered bunker, anything I had. I'll post that video too, and I'll just time lapse it so you can watch. I used a forage wagon or a wagon full of alfalfa and a wagon full of grass, and I went by every silo and bunker. Not one single one would take the alfalfa, and they all of course took the grass. And I read on Facebook someone said you got to chop it first, so I went and mowed some alfalfa, windrowed it, got a forage harvester, chopped it up, still wouldn't accept it. On the covered bunker silo, it dumped outside the front door, so that gave me an idea. So I got a front end loader and I went to scoop it into the bunker silo, and that didn't work. The scoop didn't even recognize the alfalfa. I couldn't even scoop it up. That gave me another idea, so I went and got a conveyor set up, one to pick things up off the ground and then attached to another one to put it further in the bunker. I got them connected, got them working. There's alfalfa on the belt, but it won't fall off into the bunker. So as of I know right now, there's not one single bunker or silo that will ferment alfalfa in the silage. The only option you have is to bale it and wrap it, and I guess that's what we're going to have to do. That's unfortunate. I guess there are some maps, I guess I've read on a Facebook or a Reddit post, there are some maps that have the mod that allow alfalfa into a silo. I think Iowa was mentioned, and Alamo or something like that. Someone said they didn't have problems on that map either. I'm not going to go in as far as to try that. I'm just going to bail on this map and then just realize that I can't ferment alfalfa into silage. Yeah, so I guess we'll just pick up from there. So then now what I have to do is I have to lease, that's right, no, you don't have to lease a mower. I have a mower. Yeah, I just have to get started. I'll do the alfalfa first, and I'm just going to leave a perimeter on the outside because I don't want any grass involved. I think if I get into this, I will make a change to the field so that there's a natural barrier, like a berm or something between the grass and the alfalfa. So I'm just not going to mow to the edge. We got water there in that ditch. Oh, when I was reading about this map, they said something about when it rains, the ditches fill up. And sure enough, that ditch was not as full yesterday, and it rained all night, and so it filled. That's just a cool little detail, I think. Good job, devs. Oh, when I was over on my test save too, because I bought the infrastructure, like I said, the Field 39, I filled that ditch in. It works just fine. It doesn't back the ditch up or anything. Let's just sit back, relax, have a cup of coffee, and watch my AI, no, watch me, I guess, mow this field. This is a baler that picks up to 24 meters wide. That way I don't have to windrow it. I'm beginning to feel this run through is more of a test now than anything. And it's not bothering me to do this. Net rolls are empty. Refill to... Did I? Okay. Now, this is going to be an issue, isn't it? That's the net, not the wrap. There's still a wrap in there, too, I'm hoping. Let's just put standard net in. Okay, that costs $200. That's nice. Net rolls are... Okay, what's going on here? Round bale net is full. Now, see that? How do I go through so... This is outrageous. I'm not... See, this is why this is a test. Why would this do this? Why would it go through... What am I missing? Why would it go through so much round bale net so fast? Okay. Enough of that. This is just an exercise in frustration. Well, this one should drop single bales, so it should be easier to wrap. I wish I would have known this in this playthrough. There's just so much involved. Not that it's a lot of confusing work, but so many implements. It's hard to stay solvent when you're doing hay. Oh my gosh, this thing's big. It's hard to remain solvent. Before we go, I want to see if there's a wrap. Now you see it. Look, it's full. See? There's nothing but wrap in there. Okay, that's sitting there ready. Now let's check the size of the bale. 240. Yep. There. That means there's fewer bales. But now we can't just go sell these. Now we have to keep these on hand for a couple months so that they can ferment. Whoops. Probably could have windrowed this first, but if I wasn't having the issues I am with alfalfa, I may have. Well, no, that's a Schrodinger's cat question, because if I wasn't having problems with alfalfa, I'd be chopping it and putting it in a silo. Wouldn't be no need to figure out how to get a windrower or a baler. This is not my jam. This is really intensive. This is a really labor-intensive field. Oh well, it's a game. It's a pastime. It's raining outside. Why not? It's either this or go to Goodwill with my wife and daughter to get camping clothes. I think we all know what wins out there. Okay, one bale at a time. That is a winner, if you ask me. How many bales are we? 6. Yeah, again, I don't know. A good haul. What did we get yesterday? 40 something altogether. I think we got 48 because I had two loads of 24. But today, you notice I didn't mow all the alfalfa either. So, and if you noticed when I was harvesting, I had the mini map in the lower left. If you noticed it was orange, that means our yield was down. I did not fertilize the field in between growths, so we have less yield. So we will not have 48 bales. My guess is we'll have 30 flat, straight up 30 bale. No, I can't say that. We got 12 already. I don't know. 35. There, 35 bales. You heard it here first. That's still a good haul if you ask me. As long as I can turn alfalfa into silage. I mean, if I gotta dip it in honey, I don't care. If I can turn it into silage, that was my goal. Alfalfa and silage. This is a big beast. Probably too big for this field. But I also want to get done. I just want to wrap the bales and put them up. Let them turn into silage. I think when we get the bales wrapped up, I'll cut you guys loose again like I did in the last episode, last installment. And I'll just go ahead and mow the grass that we have to keep those silage silos full. I guess we're not doing terrible awful on money. And now that we have a feasible way of making silage, you know what I never checked? What if alfalfa silage does not sell for more than alfalfa hay? That's what we had in the last installment. You know what, I'm not going to dwell on that. Let's just, everything else sells for more when it's fermented, so. But everything else goes in the silo too, so. I guess it's a mystery we'll figure out together. We may just work out all the kinks with alfalfa on this. And in the middle of this series, we may start a new work through. Maybe we have to change maps to, like, I don't know, Alamo, I think is what was mentioned, or Iowa. We might just do it so that we can put silage in a silo, because that kind of technically was my goal, but to ferment it in a silo. But we're learning a lot about alfalfa now. I am anyways. I didn't know this. Oh yeah, this is too big for the field. Then I shouldn't be doing roundy rounds either. I should be doing ups and downs. But I'd probably need 5 headlands for that. I picked it, so I need to shut up. Oh yeah, we won't get 48 bales for another reason. These are bigger bales. We only had 220 centimeter bales last time. They sold for $7.50 each. Now we have the 240 centimeters, and they're going to be silage, so we'll just keep those numbers in mind and see what they sell for when they turn to silage. Well, that was fun. You could tell initially I struggled with placement of the wrapper, but then once I kind of got the hang of it, I was able to rip across the field at, 30 miles an hour? It was pretty awesome. Now this should be a lot easier to load than what we did before, because there's only singles. I don't know how I'm gonna unload this though. I'm hoping that it all just comes off like the left side into a pile. We'll find out. Because we do have to ferment these. I wonder if there's an indicator, like what percentage of it's silage or what percentage done it is. I would hope that there's that at least, 'cause otherwise I would have no way of knowing. And alfalfa has been pretty sneaky so far, as far as the mechanics and how it works in the game. I would say this alfalfa, it's a fledgling mod. It still has a ways to go. I hope they do it though. Real world farming. Why is that so hard for me to say? Real world farming incorporates alfalfa a lot. Way more than grass. Horse farmers use grass. Horses just need roughage. But when you're trying to get milk, you want alfalfa. Just a little more realism. I know this playthrough doesn't have a lot of realism to it. But that's how I typically like to play that realism roleplay. I believe we lost all our realism on this when we had to lease a bunch of different equipment just to figure out how to do it. And again, I should have prepared, but, you know, in my mind, alfalfa works the same as grass, so I didn't think there was any issue at all. Unload bales. Why? Whoa. What? Huh. Here we go with that again. Unload bales. Unload bales. Good God. Well, unload bales again. I don't want to abort unloading. Or do I have to move ahead to unload? Or do I just... What? Why does it keep doing that? Lower loading platform. I did that. And then... Okay, let's go to operating position. This is bizarre. Unload bales. Unload bales here. Okay. I don't know. I don't even care. I don't even care.
These bales can stay on here for the rest of their life, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so now, why would it give me abort unloading unless it's a process? So does that mean I gotta move ahead? Unload bales here. Rotate crane tool. What crane tool?
What? What is that? Get out of here. Unload bales here. You gotta be kidding me. So what about the other ones? Okay, we'll have to look at that in a second. That's cool. That's not what the button says it does. Operating position. You got nope. No murder. No murder, Goulash. Calm down. Okay, unload bales. And then you have to, you move it over. And then you say unload bales here. There we go. I guess you can't stack them up. Because it's, at least, well, I might get better at this as we go. I don't know. Okay, lower loading platform. Operating position. It doesn't recognize those last bales as being on there. I swear. Now I don't even have the option. Yeah, so it's not giving me an option to unload bales. It just doesn't recognize that they are there. Oh, look, I unloaded them. And those are unloaded. I don't even care. It makes me happy. Let's get these out of the field, though. Now, you know, don't. Why are you loading back? Oh. Am I just dumb? This doesn't make any sense to me. Unload bales. Unload here. Now let's get out of here before it picks them up again. everybody else, all the other content creators I see, they unload them so nice. Okay, so we're not in operating position right now. There we go. Hopefully I can get this next load unloaded without issue. I kind of feel like I know how now. I know it doesn't look like I know how. Oh, I didn't use silage additive again. Sweet. Glad I got 5,000 liters of it. Okay, this is done. I think this is going to be it for the day. I feel like I done had enough. I'm not going close to that thing, that's for sure. Look at that, how easy that is. Yeah, that. What's going on there? What can we actually see? Oh, that is sweet. I mean, it's written as if it's a function of the trailer, but it's actually a function of the rig. So I can look in. That's a Cummins. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a nurse. I know what 20 gauge is, 24 gauge. Okay, yep, it does say 2% fermenting, so 6,500 liter, is that per bale? Yeah, 6,500 per bale. 2, 4, 6, 8, 43, 47. So one less bale. How does that work out? I had 48 before, I got 47 now. My yield is lower. I didn't even cut all the alfalfa. And the bales are bigger. Who knows, right? And it looks like that silage is selling slow enough. I don't need to cut the grass either. I know I said I wasn't going to, but now I'm just, oh. Did I drive around like that? How did I not notice that? Oh, I'm not in the seat either. I'm standing on the rail. Oh, that's cool. I'm taking a nap now. Playtime's done. Get to work. I'm glad I bought that cedar today. We'll never find that for that price again. I did not think I was going to get that. That cedar is... How expensive is that? It's like 200-300 thou, I think. And it's a planter, I believe. Nope, there it is. This is the one. Yeah, 172. Okay. The 4905 multi-fruit planter. Yep, 4905 multi-fruit plus custom something. Plus custom crops. So we get to plant alfalfa. That's the only way that I can know that we'd be able to plant it. I'll let you go. I'll see you in the next installment. Peace.